Hi, I did a diffusing video. It's one of the most requested questions I get is a diffusing video, so I did it. It was very difficult to figure out how to do a video of 40 minutes of me blow drying my hair when in all actuality I rarely ever blow dry from start to finish. I try to do other things in between, take breaks. So I tried to show you a real picture of how I blow dry my hair and a day in the morning of Kathy. So have fun and let me know if you try it. Thanks. All right, today I am going to show you how I blow dry my hair. It's actually pretty simple yet very boring. So I have been trying to think of a way to show you how I do this without having you watch me for 40 minutes with a blow dryer over my head. So I'm gonna actually show you my actual routine. Like, this is my day. This is a morning with Kathy. So the first thing I do, I put in my root clips, products in, Denman, did my total normal routine. I root clip, you can laugh, that's how I do it. I hover diffuse until, at least I like to do like 90% dry. Done less, done more, but like 90% dry, 80 to 90% dry. So I'm going to hover diffuse for half an hour, and you can watch and be super entertained by how a day in the morning of Kathy. So here we go. I do 1 and 1 always. I've just always done 1 for speed, 1 for heat. And I also use a flat diffuser, and you'll see why, and it's because I like to hover diffuse a lot. And this works better. I like the flat diffuser as opposed to the big bowls, but that is because I have shorter hair. I am not positive how I would feel about this with long hair, and I'm not there yet, so I can't say that. So here we go. Hey kids, y'all still in the house? Bring mommy a snack. And I will always love you. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Quick trick to show you about if your hair doesn't handle diffusing well, gets crazy, gets wild. You remember that this is hot air blowing, or air blowing, and it can cause like a couple flyaways here, some frizz, especially if you're going the opposite direction. So one little trick a lot of people like to do is to put this here, put it to the head, turn on, 10 seconds, turn off, release, go to the next section. So that's if you want to be very gentle while you diffuse. I kind of like to go wild. Another trick I'm going to tell you is that when you diffuse your hair and you think it's 100% dry, wait 5 minutes. There has been a dozen times, more than a dozen times, I thought that my hair was completely dry. It felt dry, there was nothing wet. I waited 5 minutes, and sure enough, it's still wet. I can still feel wet. So always wait, give it a minute, because if you scrunch it out when it's still wet, it could cause some frizz. So now that I am almost dry, I like to go a little wild here. This is where I get all my volume. All the way to the scalp. You could do this upside down. I do it upside down sometimes, but there is no way I am going to show you all what my face looks like upside down. I've seen it. It's not pretty. I recommend everyone try it. Take a picture of your face completely hanging upside down. I'm in my 40s and gravity is definitely taking its toll, and when you go upside down, no. All right. We're almost there. I think I've said that about a dozen times. But I almost showed you upside down. If you've got a bad neck or back or anything, I like to also pull my roots up and diffuse a little. Gives me the same effect as if I were upside down. I just really want you to see how this last 10% of drying after hover diffusing is where all the magic kind of happens. This is where I get my volume, and this is how I like it. Now, if you like more defined curls, not crazy big hair, you could hover diffuse all the way completely dry and not get crazy hair like I like. All right, I think we're dry. And then the next step is to scrunch out the crunch. I use one of my husband's t-shirts. I like to clap. Some people like to use an oil here or cream. I don't. Your hands are fine. I just like a t-shirt. Just seems to get the cast out quicker. And I like the big hair and the wild hair. So I go quite aggressive with it. Fluff the roots. And then I go work at my home office, so no one sees my hair all day but you. So that always makes me feel real good about all the time I spent diffusing. So there we go. Curly hair, blow dried, done.